This is Healthwise.
Welcome back. It's my pleasure to introduce to us on set the Chief Executive and Chief Director of AOE Events and Entertainment Limited, Chief Nike Oshinowo. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
As a celebrity, a busy woman with a very busy schedule, how often do you exercise?
Every working day. Every working day, and I'd say working day because it is a workout.
Okay.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I exercise. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. I get up and do 40 to 40 minutes to an hour every day.
Okay. I would like to ask His Excellency the same question. How often do you exercise, sir?
Well, oftentimes once a week. Sometimes if I can get away with it, I do twice a week, but it's always a toss-up between work, some sleep, and exercise.
Wow.
And sometimes work wins, sometimes sleep wins, sometimes exercise wins.
Wow. Now, same question for... Of course, I will also ask my Honorable Commissioner the same question. How often do you exercise, sir?
I try very hard to do it 3 times a week,
Wow.
minimum.
Okay. That's
Starting
very
from
good.
Sunday, I play golf in the morning.
Okay.
Try to play 9 holes on Tuesdays. And if I can get to Friday or Saturday, I do the same thing.
Okay. So, Excellency, sir, as physical activity, has it really enhanced your productivity?
It has. By the measure, the main assignment that I have for now, which is to serve as governor of Lagos, I think that by many fair measures, we've made some success of that. And let's take an example. If you were not fit, you can't do the tour projects, inspection of projects that we do, covering many kilometers every
And I'm sure the Honorable
day.
Commissioner will agree with you on
And
that.
it's tasking on your feet, it's tasking on your muscles, it's also tasking on your mind because you're processing also what you're seeing. You have to go back and detail out all what you have seen, things that need to be improved upon, things that need to be changed. So apart from the physical exertion and the visual engagement, there's also the mental part of it because you must now write out instructions, memoranda, executive orders down the line. So our whole team goes around there. So many of us are by many years quite fit.
Wow. A round of applause for His Excellency, and not just for him, and also his cabinet members. They're really doing a great job. A round of applause for all of them, please. So, Nike Oshinowo, what kind of exercise, what form of exercise do you engage yourself in?
A variety of exercises because it's important not to be bored
Okay.
with it.
That's a good
So
point.
from going to the gym, jogging, I use the fitness DVD. I brought a few for everybody that's in the audience.
Wow, a
and
round
I'm
of applause for
glad.
her. Thank you very
So
much.
you have some there.
Thank you.
And of course you, Honorable Commissioner, I hope you use it. It teaches all of us how to exercise at home without leaving home. The important thing is to really to exercise your heart, really. So you have a good cardio workout. And then depending on your milestones, what you're trying to achieve from that workout, you can do another 10 minutes, another 10 minutes further. So if you want to burn fat, if what you're doing is to build muscle mass,
Okay.
et cetera, et cetera. But since we are all so young, I don't know why I'm including myself in that, in that young thing. I think, like the Honorable Commissioner said, 3 days a week is more than enough. And then you look at a time period of 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and that's fine.
Thank you very much. Now, I would like to ask, this question goes to His Excellency and the Honorable Commissioner for Health. What is the state doing to promote physical activity? His Excellency.
Well, there's a staff club
Okay.
for public servants, and we also encourage people in the State House in Alausa. There's a gym.
Oh, great.
And in the State House in Marina, there's also a gym. So at least the people who work in my immediate environment are involved.
Okay.
We've been toying with the idea of building a bigger gymnasium and workout arena for public servants, but the concept really hasn't quite developed in the way that I can be sure that everybody can participate. But most of our sports centers now are up and running.
Great.
And I know that the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Sports has involved many levels of officers. I think they were playing basketball the last time. That I get wind that they're trying to develop netball. There are a couple of interdepartmental sports activities too.
Okay.
The head of service has a tournament that
good.
everybody is involved in. The House of Assembly also has theirs. So across the board, there's a general sense of the need to engage in some form of activity. We encourage our members also to join social and sporting clubs. So many of them either playing table tennis in their social clubs, generally getting up to some kind of activity.
I must say that indeed the Lagos State government is working, and of course His Excellency Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola SAN is working. A round of applause for His Excellency. Over to you, sir. What is the state doing? What's your take on this?
Well, to the masses, if you look at developmental programs, especially the road constructions, you know, right now you have pathways now for citizens to work on.
That's good.
You will have noticed that the increased activity of people jogging on our streets, especially in Ikoyi. You know that Ikoyi Link Bridge, we have quite a lot of people jogging there now. More people are beginning to ride their bicycles because of what we are doing as a state government in terms of road construction. The idea is to construct in such a way that you have to bear in mind the need for the people to even walk without necessarily having to, run across vehicles and all.
Thank you
They
very
have their
much.
own activities to carry out.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, Nike Oshinowo, let's have your final word.
You know, I was actually going to address the question that you asked His Excellency,
ahead.
which is, you know, we as a nation, we're so dependent on our government, and I don't really know what our health, you know, what have to do with government. We, as a people, individually need to take care and take responsible for our well-being.
Sure.
It has nothing to do with our governors and our people who look after us. Wonderful, well done, Your Excellency. But as young people, instead of taking a bus next door, walk for the, walk for the 10 minutes. Walking has all of a sudden become unfashionable. Instead of, if your mother sends you on an errand to buy bread or milk or whatever, walk there, etc., etc. It is good for you. As a young working person, instead of taking the lift to the 5th floor, walk up the stairs. That is exercise. You don't need a gym. You know, so I get the usual complaints of, you know, schools not having enough space for netball and basketball. But you do not need that much space to exercise. If we are walking, if we're cycling, if we are, you know, walking, taking the stairs, you know, just incorporate that exercise into your daily lives and you'll be fine.